All right, and we're live. Welcome back to another LinkedIn Live presented by the one and only That Healthcare Guy. As you know, I'm going to bring you some of the freshest, some of the livest guests from around the world. And today we have a very special guest who I'm super excited to introduce. And so let me pull up her information so I can read her background and everything. Just so you know, guys, I'm going to be streaming today. This is going to be streaming live across LinkedIn. It's going to be streaming live across YouTube as well as Facebook. So if you can tap in, first name, where you're streaming from or what platform you're streaming from and where you located around the country. That way I can tap back in with you and I can see where my metrics are actually landing. So let me make sure I got my guest. She's on the line. Absolutely. So she's back in the backstage right now. So let me go ahead and read her bio for you guys. Today, our very special guest, her name is Sharmeen Aqeel. Let me make sure I got that right. Sharmeen Aqeel. She's the founder and CEO of Libora, a lending platform built for healthcare clinics. She helps clinics get funding without dealing with bank delays or confusing lender rules. Her background comes from the product and the UX design, and she has more than 13 years leading design teams in fintech and software companies across Canada as well as France. She has interviewed dozens of clinic owners to understand their financial challenges, and she uses those insights to connect them with the right lenders through one streamlined process. Her focus is on making funding easier, faster, and more transparent for clinics that want to grow from around the world. So please put your hands together. Let's welcome her to the stage. Oh, let me bring her back. There she is. Hey, yo.
Hey, Patrick, thank you so much for this awesome introduction. And I'm extremely excited today to be with you for this podcast.
I'm extremely excited as well. Hey, listen, when we connected, it's not every day you get to connect to someone that can actually help healthcare organizations from a financial standpoint. And so when we were kind of like doing our debrief, or should I say intro with one another, I was like, okay, this is interesting. I've never had a guest on that had this background that can help so many people. And as you know, like your bio says, man, people are really struggling like with on the finances part. Like, how do we get funding so we can impact and help other people that that we care and provide for? So I'm super stoked, super excited to have you, and welcome to the live.
This is my extreme pleasure. And yes, I do have a story in my background that helped me connect to this problem that I might not have thought when I was in the leadership of the product design, that one day I'm going to work for the financial problems for healthcare clinics. So, but here I am.
There you are. So listen, once again, folks, the comment section is going to be open. So I'm going to make sure I got that open for you guys so I can see any comments that you have for myself or for Sharmeen. So that's going to be open. One more thing that I would suggest you do: drop your first name, which platform you're actually streaming for, and where you're located. Either myself or Sharmeen will round back, reconnect with you, especially if you have connections or you want some more insight into the services that she offers. So Sharmeen, I read your bio. That's only a piece of the puzzle. So please introduce yourself personally. Who are you?
So my name is Sharmeen Aqeel. I grew up in Saudi Arabia, but most of my life I spent in France. For a largest period of my time, I had been a product designer, so solving user-centered problem in technology. Since last 7 years, I was in the leadership, so managing team in the product design. And while I was working as a designer, I started. I had insurance and I was going to clinics just for my regular checkup. And I found a few of them were struggling, not because their clinic were not growing or they have not enough patients, is because the financial health that they had was not sufficient. And then I went deeper. I started doing interviews to understand that what's happening up there, because one of the greatest strength of a designer is create empathy. So I started my journey of by interviewing the clinics, that what are their financial issues and where exactly they get problems whenever they're seeking to for a capital. And so what I found is that even the growing clinic, they have the banks, they are not giving them finances that they deserve. And then I started digging in, understanding what are the common reasons. And finally, when I found that there is a huge scope of human-centered design and bring the technology and all those AI features to solve this problem, I said, okay, I stopped working as a product design leader and jump in as an entrepreneur to provide a better platform where clinics like dental clinics, med spa, pharmacies, whenever they don't have options for the bank, they can go to alternate lending and come to Livora. So yes, today I'm the founder of Livora. It's a funding platform for healthcare clinics where we match borrowers with the lenders.
I'm glad you pointed that out. One, thank you for launching your company, because there's so many other organizations out there that leaders that I've spoken to personally that they want to have a greater impact, but they're just stopped because the capital is not there. Like they would start something and then they would run out of funds. So what I'm understanding, your organization is not just all of healthcare, specifically what you pointed out, clinics, med spas, doctors' offices. Those are the type of facilities that you can help with lending for. Is that correct?
Exactly, yes. Those are the clinic that are the one who had been so much the our top clients. Dental clinic, med spa, pharmacies. Sometimes we also help other sectors of healthcare like biotech companies, but our solution are more focused on small and medium sized businesses as clinics.
Oh, so you mentioned dental clinics. So dental clinics also.
Yes, dental clinic as
Interesting.
well.
Okay, so what's at the heart of Lavora? Like, tell me more.
So I have so many stories. So first of all, I'm very grateful for all the clinics who shared me with their struggles. But let me speak to you one precise example. So one clinic I was interviewing, and I knew that she was growing for last 3 years, but and at some point she wanted to have external capital to grow more. And when she went to the bank that she had been with for last 5 6 years, even because it had been her personal bank, and then she converted into her business bank as well, she got rejected through that bank, because her last year financial statement, they found that the P&L statement was 1700 of loss.
Oh, wow.
So if you see a company which is growing for last 3 years, they came to a point when they need external capital to grow more. The bank is not giving them money because of one single document of one single area of that, and they did not go deeper that why she got $1,700 of loss. But the main reason is because that was the first year she hired more people, three more people in the company, in the company. She started taking her own salary, and so those are nothing but the signs of growth. But the bank, they just look at the numbers and they say no, so sorry. So those are the stories that I keep going for hours and hours and tell you those cases which are just stopping those clinic to grow. And on the flip side, what I found that the when I started creating this network of the lenders who are ready to finance those clinics, they were the chat was so different. They said, when I showed them the document, they said that, you know what, I just need few document. I want to learn more about that person, what is her vision, where she wants to bring the business. So I see that they're more focusing on the story of where they're going rather than those number. And so I started having those partnership with the lenders. And so yes, today I'm so happy to say that we are currently funding all those clinics who had been rejected by the bank, and I'm creating this bridge between those borrowers to the lenders who can help them to grow with by providing capitals.
I'm glad you pointed that out, because like any other business owner, in those first 3 to 5 years, not only are you still trying to figure it out operationally and drive revenue, but like you mentioned before, it's not like you're making big profits because you're continuing to reinvest back into the company. So your P&L statements, they do show losses. So what I'm gathering for you is, even though your P&L statement may or may not show a loss, there's lending options out there for you. That's correct.
Exactly. Yes, there is not one criteria which will take yes or no. I would say that the top three things that helps to get loans is stable revenues for 6 months to 1 year. And when I say stable, it doesn't mean that it has to be the same number all the month. This is also something particular about the healthcare. It's a seasonal thing that sometimes the season is up, sometimes season is down.
Sure.
So, but something they lenders, they see that the revenue it's is coming. Second is the number of years or number of months in the business. They know that this person is running this business for last 1 year or 6 7 months. She has a running clientele. Her book is filled with the appointments for next 3 4 months. So the revenue cycle, that how are the revenues going for last 6 to 1 year. It's a business since last 2 to 3 sorry, for more than 6 months. And the third thing, which is not the deal breaker, but what they see as well, is that where they are located and what is their vision to grow. If they want to buy a new equipment, why do they need to buy a equipment? What kind of patient she will be able to serve that she cannot serve today? So first two elements are more focused on finances. The first element is finances, second is the number of year, but third is more about the story. Why do you need this thing? So the reason why my lenders, they are easier to access those clinics, because their focus is on those three criterias rather than the PLN statement and all those other
I
stuff.
love that. I absolutely love that. Hey, listen, guys, if you're just now joining, today on our live, we have Sharmeen Aqeel. She's the founder and CEO of Libora. It's a lending platform built for healthcare clinics. She helps clinics get funding without dealing with bank delays or confuser lending rules or processes. Her background is in product and UX design, and she has more than 13 years leading design teams in fintech software companies across Canada as well as France. She also has interviewed dozens of clinic owners to understand their financial challenges and uses those insights to connect them with the right lenders for a streamlined process. Her work focuses on making funding easier, faster, and more transparent for clinics to grow. And if you're just now joining, we're just digging back into her story, the organization, and the people that she served. You know what? Listen, I actually put on my money green uh, jacket for you today because we're talking about money. I was like, man, if we're going to be talking about money, I might as well show up to look like money. I love talking about money, and I especially love when money goes back into the healthcare systems for those that we're trying to serve. So thank you once again for joining. And listen, guys, the comment box is open. So if you have specific questions for Sharmeen, go ahead and drop those in the comment section. You can also drop, your first name, where you're streaming from around the world, and we'll reconnect with you there as well. So I have some additional questions if you don't mind.
Sure.
I think you touched on this a little bit. Like, what's the inspiration around the company? What really inspired you? What was the breaking point for you? So, you know what, I got to do something.
I was speaking to another founder. He founded a company for mortgage. So when I was speaking for him, I was basically interviewing for the head of design role in his company.
Okay.
And I found that he what he was actually doing, he was making things easier for the user. The whole foundation of the company is making things accessible for those people who, especially um, those areas, finance, where the technology had been not as leveled up as in the other areas. So that as I told you, I had been a product designer for more than a decade, and I see that there must be some areas which needs some technology plus human centered design.
Yes.
And this is where my breaking point, that now I think I have been spent a good career in being a designer, being a leader. Now it's time for me to apply my skills to solve a real problem. And this is where I started my interviews and understanding where's the problem. And then finally, I found this gap between healthcare and finance, that there is not enough technology which can connect these two things together. And this is my inspiration came, and this is where I said,
I'm
I'm
definitely going to
going.
have a follow-up question around that technology, but before we get into that, help us understand, like, what are some of the misconceptions in the lending services space that you see today?
Sorry, can you repeat the question?
What are some of the misconceptions or pitfalls that you see today in the lending services space?
So I would say this space has not been evolved for minimum last 20 to 30 years. And so the biggest pain point is we are still following the traditional way of applying for funding. You have to have X number of criteria to fill on. Then you have to wait certain period of time. There are so many stakeholders involved in order to fund, and then finally you get funded. So giving you an example, that one of the clinic that I was talking to, she started applying for funding in February, and finally in the late August she said she will receive the funding. And again, it was a message, not the money.
Right.
So this in the one of the most painful point I have been seeing is this lengthy processes of this documentation, this bureaucracy, and this. And do we still need all these things? There is a better way, and this is what I'm building in Livora. Is that with one streamlined application, within 48 hours, I will connect them with multiple lenders. They will send through this portal that I've created for the borrowers. They will get multiple offers within 48 hours, and then they choose which offer is best for them. And so that is the I'm trying to solve this pain point of bureaucracy of multiple months into squeezed into resolve this problem within a week.
Yeah, that's way too long. 6 months. In 6 months, somebody can be out of business, especially if you don't have the reoccurring capital that you need to keep your business aligned. So let me ask you this, because it sounds too easy. It sounds super nice. It sounds like something that I want to do, but I know inquiring minds want to know, are you like selling people's data?
No. So one more thing, you know what? There is an interesting story around it. So when I started looking at it, okay, I need to help them. So the best way is the best way to give them the best offer is to give them multiple offers. But in
Okay.
that case, I'm sharing their information with multiple lenders, multiple people, and this is where I said that we cannot misuse those information in for other reasons. For I don't want those clinic who are already draining in other problems and get calls from, I don't know, marketing agencies or something. So this is where I committed that I will never sell any data of any of the borrower. Let me tell you a small story. So when I was doing my research on the existing platform, which help also connect small businesses with the lenders, I was putting like, in order to understand how it works, I started filling out the application.
Okay.
And at that time, Livora was not cooperated. So I found a restaurant in Houston. I found the location, the phone number, everything, and I entered their information so that I get something. And when I entered this person's location, that restaurant's information through Google Maps in the portal, I've got a message received. Thank you so much for submitting your document. We will contact you, and the our lenders will start calling you. And I was so upset that I shouldn't have done that. I
Right.
said, no, this restaurant is receiving calls from I don't know how many people. so this is where I would say that we don't disclose, or we will not ask those information right away for our clinics. We mask those information for our lenders
Okay.
until the borrower take a decision that they want to work with this particular lender. So their information is going to be secured. We will never sell their data, and it can only be used for lending purposes.
I'm glad you mentioned Houston, Texas, which in Texas, I'm from Texas, which we know everybody loves Texas. But also in your bio, you also mentioned Canada. I think you live in Canada, but by way of friend. So inquiring minds also want to know: are you only serving Canadian-based companies, or who do you serve? How about that?
So today we have partners in Canada, but we also have partners in US. So we are working in North America.
Okay. And you mentioned earlier, probably a couple of talking points earlier. you was talking about technology and how you came from a UI background and how you're using software. So is Livora, are you using any AI solutions today? And if so, how are you using them? And then if you are, what are the benefits?
So yes, we are using AI solution. I must say that I am building on with software developers where their primary tools are AI. So there is two things in this AI. One is vibe coding, where everything is built on, you give prompt and everything is built. But I personally feel that if you need a solid foundation, you must need to work with the software engineers who use AI the way it should be.
Sure.
So even though we are building our platform through with the help of AI and making this process as simple as possible, we are still using the foundation with the through the people who knows how it works. So AI had been a great help for us to build the technology, but there's also in other ways where AI is helping me. So being an entrepreneur, you know that there are so many things you have to do during the day, and
Absolutely.
I am so amazed that how many tasks I can get help with, from writing, from content strategy to marketing to um, understanding what is the best way to underwrite the loans, and the list just goes on.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Listen, guys, if you're just now joining, man, we're joined by a dope guest. Her name is Sharmeen Aqeel. Aqeel, she's the founder and CEO of Labora. It's a lending platform built for healthcare clinics. She helped clinics get funding without dealing with bank delays or confusing lender rules. Her background is in product and UX design, and she has more than 13 years in lending design teams, which includes fintech as well as software companies across Canada as well as France. She has been interviewed by dozens of clinic owners to understand their financial challenges, and she uses those insights to connect them with the right lenders through a simple, streamlined process. And her work today focuses on making funding easier, faster, and more transparent for clinics that want to grow. So, the next question I have for you here, I mean, and this is a big one here. You talked a little bit about AI. Is there any other additional things that your company is working on, like something that you're working on is going to benefit the user that maybe we haven't discussed yet?
Yes, absolutely. So we are building a borrower readiness platform using the AI technology. So what it does, one of the pain points that I found with the clinics who are seeking funding is they don't know how ready they are to get funding.
Right.
So this portal that we are working on and launching at on 10th of January,
Okay.
the borrower will be able to send their information, and this portal will tell them that in terms of percentage how ready they are. For example, they are 80% ready to apply for loans, and those are the particular loans that they can qualify for. So this is also something they don't know, that what kind of loans exist. So if they are, for example, qualified for revenue based funding with a line of credit, so the portal will show that you have a very good history, credit history or revenue cycle. You are eligible for these type of loans. So this portal, first of all, help them to understand how ready they are. And if, for example, their score is low, the portal will also will help them to tell that what are the areas that you need to improve. For example, you don't have enough documents, so you can download the template of PNL document, or you can download those areas which will help either Livora's lender or an external bank to get the funding as fast as possible. So yes, through AI we are building this portal which will minimize the risk and the time of back and forth of them between lenders or with the bank to get the loan.
I'm loving what I'm hearing because you're taking the guesswork out of the process. So many of us, we stop as soon as we open up the screen and we start and it started to ask for all this information. We're like, man, I don't have all that information. So you stop altogether, you quit your business, and now the impact from you wanting to help people, it stops right there. But from what I'm getting from you, you're building a portal where someone can actually go in, put their information in, what they have today, and it will spit out what percentage ready you are to receive funding, and then you can help walk them through that process, correct?
Exactly, yes. And they will be more sure that yes, now they're ready to go and ask for the funding. And if they are not ready, we will also guide them that what are the missing elements and how you can do that. So I'm extremely excited for this launch, and I look forward how this will help clinics to get funding as well.
All right, so the $1 million question, I know everybody wants to know, how do people pay for your services?
Oh, so the way we created this model, this is a very interesting question, and
Yeah.
I wanted to make it a win-win-win condition for
Okay.
all different stakeholders. So why I say to win-win-win is because we are not charging any platform fee whenever the borrower applying and when we are matching them with multiple lenders. So it's free for them. Um, so it's free for them, and when they come inside and then they get matched with the lenders. We are not charging platform fee either for the lenders as well. So from the lenders perspective, they only want the legitimate borrowers. We don't want to waste their time people who are not eligible and still are still understanding. So what we go is that they receive those information of the borrower. Of course, we are masking the critical information until the borrower select who they want to work on. And then finally myself, when I'm matching these two parties together, this is and they get a successful funding, then we get a commission from the lenders, not
Okay.
even from the borrower. So
Okay.
that's why I would say it's a win-win-win condition, is that there's nothing to lose from the borrower's perspective. They will get matched, they will choose the best offer. Lenders, they will get the legitimate borrowers, and finally we get paid when the both parties are happy and they have successfully funded a deal.
It sounds like networking one-on-one to me. They reach out to you who they're connected with, right? And then they give you all your information, and then you reach out to the people that you are already connected with. And then the benefit is they actually get the funding that they need, and you actually get a piece of the percentage from directly from your contacts that you work with as well.
Exactly, yes.
Too easy. Too easy. All right. So, what's one piece of advice, man? Maybe you've already shared it, but is there anything that you would like to share, or any advice you would like to deliver for all those people that are going to be listening or is going to be rewatching this on a rewind?
So I would say there are two perspectives in this entrepreneurship. One is how we entrepreneurs are trying to create the best solution in terms of market. So my advice to all the entrepreneur is go an extra mile every day.
Okay.
See what your competitors are doing and what benefit you can provide, and what the 10x value you can provide to your customers. So focus on those values, focus on those advantages that your customers, your client will receive, and you will see that it's not going to help you to grow your business, but will also give you a personal satisfaction that yes, I'm doing something meaningful in the life. So I would say yes, go extra mile every day to bring something meaningful for your clients, for yourself.
Listen, there's also a comment that came in. It was from Juno. He tapped in. He just wanted to say he's great to be here and he's happy to be here. So he's learning from you already. This is already great. I have a final question for you. Hopefully you're ready for this. You ready? Are you ready?
I'm ready.
How do people connect with you? Like, if they're interested in this, which I'm interested in, how do they connect with you? I mean, besides your information streaming right there, is there anything else that they can use to connect with you?
So you can connect with me and through my website, www.livora, Livora.com, or you can directly book a call with me. I will be happy to guide you. So I do provide everything for the borrowers, all the education and whatever they need to understand in order to find funding. But they can also book a call directly with me. I will be always available to help them.
You know what, everybody that's watching and listening as well, I'll make sure to drop the QR code in the chat box afterwards, so you can just go and download that yourself. You'll make sure you have all their contact information as well. Hey, listen, we're about to wrap this thing up, and I want to thank everybody for joining, for listening in. This is going to be on replay, so you can always tap back in. But more importantly, share this with somebody who's in those spaces. And she called out dental clinics, clinics, med spas, doctors' offices. Those are her target audience. Those are the people that she serves. And some of the requirements, you have to be in business for at least 2 years, 15 months, around that time or greater, and you have to have about $15,000 a month in revenue that you can show. And if you meet those parameters right there, there's some things that she can do to help you. She also mentioned that there's some pre-qualifications where we can talk about how or what's the level of readiness you are, and then she can help you get prepared so you can receive the lending that you need as well. And then, did I miss anything from there, Sharmeen?
No, you're not missing anything. And yeah, I would love to share all the information you need. And yeah, Patrick will share the QR code. Please feel free to share this information to anyone who's seeking for funding. I will be there to help them.
Listen, if you are a business owner, you're a leader, or you're an individual and you're looking to benefit from the network that I've created, make sure you tap in with me, that healthcare guy. Send me a direct DM, or you can email me directly, info@pdpmedia.com. Again, that's info@pdpmedia.com. If you would like to have your organization spotlighted on the next LinkedIn Live. Hey, Sharmeen, thank you very much for the insight, the education. And I'm thankful for the business that you've opened, because I feel like it's going to impact hundreds of thousands of people, if not millions of people across the world. So thank you.
It was my great pleasure to join this call, Patrick. And yeah, let's stay connected. And yeah, please feel free to contact me if you need any information.
We'll talk to you soon. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.